How many times have we spoken words that we thought were sincere, but with time, the case turned out to be something very different? Let me give a reminder to all of us, and I'm including myself, about the words we say every single day, at least 17 times a day. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Guide us along the straight path. We say it in our prayer. And Allah gives us the guidance in the Quran, gives us the guidance in the example of Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. But we don't accept it. We reject it. I can't tell you how many times I've seen Muslims in prayer. They're on time. They're in the first rows of the prayer. And what happens? They finish their prayer, and only a few minutes later, curse words are flying out of their mouth. What happened to the ayahs that you just recited in the Quran that say the believers have been guided to the best of speech? What happened to the ayah in the Quran where it tells us that in the messenger you have a good example? And what did the messenger do? He never uttered a curse word. And what did he say? In an authentic hadith, he said that the Muslim never opts to speak vulgarities, never opts to cursing. So what is this? How can we describe this? It is a disconnection between our words and our actions. It's a disconnection between the faith that we say we have and our behavior. How many times do we say Assalamu alaikum to our fellow Muslim? Peace be with you. Peace be with you. But then in our hearts, we have so much animosity towards them. We harbor ill feelings toward them. We have jealousy. And sometimes we act on those feelings. And we strive to ruin their reputation. And we strive against them, lying about them, maybe even backbiting them sometimes. What happened to peace be upon you? So again, the disconnection. We say peace, but we don't really mean it. And my last example, how many times do we say Allahu Akbar? Allah is greater. Some people translate it as Allah is the greatest. How many times do we say that? And then we're sitting at work, in that business meeting. Maybe it's a really important meeting. Maybe we're taking part in a multi-million-dollar merger acquisition, and all the high-level executives are there. And it's time for Zuhr. It's time for Zuhr Salah. Now, alhamdulillah, Allah allows us a time slot to pray. There's a beginning time and there's an ending time. But this meeting, this particular meeting, is going on 3-4 hours long. And you only have 15 minutes left to pray. What do? Many of us, we sit there in that meeting and we don't move. What happened to Allahu Akbar? If we are sincere and we are true to our faith that we claim with words, we would get up, excuse ourselves, and go pray. Why? Because Allahu Akbar. Allah is greater than that meeting. Allah is greater than my job. Allah is greater than my paycheck. Allah is greater than my boss. What if I'm the boss? What if I'm the one who's conducting that whole meeting? What if I'm the one who's presiding over that multi-million-dollar merger acquisition? Then I would say to the people in that room, I have to excuse myself to attend a more important meeting. So my point is that there's a disconnection, a very clear disconnection in many of us, not all of us, but in many of us, between our words and our actions, our faith and our behavior. So we pray to Allah, oh Allah, make our actions consistent with our words and forgive us for every single time that we were a hypocrite, that we didn't perform our actions according to what we say, according to what we believe. And please, Allah, give us a contented heart, a sound heart. Bless this gathering and bless all of the Muslims. Ameen. ask Allah for forgiveness.